GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus.
Welcome back, Saturday Football Show, 7:30, DR Sports. You know the drill by now. Set your watches to it. Liverpool's luck runs out, and I will be holding it on this show, on the podcast on Monday, on the other DR show on Monday. It's a long week for me.
It's a
long week for me. But get your losses out the way early. That's what I say, mate. Yeah. Who have I got on the show today? Well, making his debut, right? You've seen him on AFTV. You've seen him on the Live at 5 show yesterday, correctly predicting that Liverpool would lose. Well, Alice did. And he was a part of it, so I blame him as well. Big up to Christian. Round of applause.
Big up.
Thank you for having me.
Debut.
It's a pleasure.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you, mate.
How are we?
Good. Yeah, very good. Been a good day for Arsenal, but we got our job to do tomorrow, so not getting too carried away yet.
Lovely stuff. Very sensible Arsenal fan. We'll see if that continues throughout the show. Making his, 7th appearance
I think
on
I've
the
been
Saturday
on
Football Show?
I think I haven't missed one yet.
Big up to you,
I haven't
man.
missed one yet. Thank you very much.
Man like Nick in the building.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Myself. Thank you very much.
Why not? If you don't clap yourself these days, who will? That's what I say.
You know what I mean?
How are you?
I'm not too bad. I mean, you think I'd be a little bit upset, but I'm quite numb to it at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling quite fine. You said you were down, and I
Yeah.
said, well, it's the hope that gets you. I don't have any, so I'm fine.
If you don't expect to win and you lose, you cannot be disappointed, guys.
There you go.
Smash
no
that like
hope.
button, guys.
No hope
Smash
at
that
all.
like button.
We'll get into it.
KG.
None at all.
He must be called in this episode, I would say. You know, Mr. Reckless Sports, Mr. Shameless. He said, we'll beat Brentford tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. But no, and the first game we are starting off with is, of course, chronologically, we must.
Is it?
Brentford 3, Manchester United 1. Before we do get into that, though, a quick reminder. So basically, the Saturday Football Show, it stemmed from the 3 o'clock kickoffs. We would go live and we'd be reacting to all the goals. And a lot of people in the new format of Saturday Football Show at 7:30 have said they missed that. But guys, there's an 8 o'clock kickoff tonight. It's Tottenham away at Wolves, I believe.
No, they're at home.
Tottenham at home to Wolves is the truth. And yes, we'll have the first half an hour of that game, which kicks off in 28 minutes. The lineups for that game, in a must-win game really for both teams. Vicario in goal, Jed Spence, Romero, Van der Ven and Udogie at the left. Bergvall, Palinha, who Tottenham already want to make that loan signing a permanent one. Great start to the season for him. He joins with Bentancur in the midfield. Kudus, Richarlison and Xavi Simons in the starting three up front. Danso, Gray, Johnson, Kinski, Odegaard, Porro, Sarr, Scarlett and Tell all on the bench for Spurs as Kolo Muani misses out once again through a dead leg. The away team, Johnston in goal, Doherty, Krejci, Santiago Bueno, Munetsi, Hugo Bueno again. There's 2 Buenos, number 3 and number 4 today. Right, Kinder Bueno, it's 2 in a pack. Lovely stuff. Double like Bueno. That's going to be quite confusing actually for the commentators. João Gomez and Andre Trindade in the midfield, with Arias, Hwang Hee-chan and Strand Larsen up front for Wolves.
Yeah, I think Thomas Frank's learnt from his mistakes a little bit because he benched Xavi Simons last week against Brighton. You see, they were 2-0 down. He comes on, changes the game 2-2. They nearly nick it.
Yeah.
Mental how you can put him on the bench. Also, Porro on the bench today, which is interesting. He's been one of their best players so far this season.
He's normally left back, isn't he?
Yeah.
But Dogie's kind of fought his way back into the team, and they've got the likes of Rodrigo Gomes, who had a good game last week. They've got Bellegarde there. Tosin as well, who scored in the week 2. I believe he scored against Everton. So Totti Gomez as well there on the bench. This game kicks off in 27 minutes now. Quickly, can we get a score prediction for this one, lads? I say must win for both teams. Spurs obviously drawing last week, but Wolves yet to win a game.
Yeah, Spurs win this. 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, I reckon I think Tottenham bounce back as well. The front three look potent at the moment, so I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs.
Okay, 3-1 to Spurs. Yeah. Let us know in the chat what you think. Get your score predictions in as Nick takes that Gillette off and he's ready for action.
It was irritating my neck.
Absolutely. We've asked you in the chat the predictions. Tottenham win, Wolves win, or is it a draw? So far, Tottenham coming out on top. You've got 3-0. What have you got?
I got 3-1.
3-1. I like a bit of that. I'll go 4-2. To Tottenham. Wow. Let's have some goals. Bit of entertainment here on a Saturday Football Show if us three weren't enough. I'm seeing a lot of hold dats in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of 007s in the chat.
Yeah, can we get into this, man? What are we waiting for?
No, listen, we got.
Let's talk.
Schedule says chronologically.
Trying to waste the time so we can just get through it quickly.
Yeah, we'll come back to all them chats. Don't worry about that, because I'll be putting the sword to my team as well, because I'm not happy either. But we must start. Of course, we must start with the game at the G-Tech. Now, on Thursday's preview show, I said Quevin Kelleher, rise. Sepp van den Berg, rise. Jordan Henderson, rise. Right? And I'm sure there's another one. Fabio Carvalho as well. 2 of them did. A great start to the game for Brentford. I mean, the goal itself, a massive assist from Jordan Henderson on the 8th minute. Thiago's through. Initially, Nick, everyone in the ground and watching on TV thought it was miles offside. But he's actually timed his run to perfection, Igor. And it's some finish with the left foot.
Yeah, it is some finish. But I said this before the show started, right? So if you're going to play a higher line, which already feels criminal with Harry Maguire being that last man, right? Commit to the high line and play it on the halfway line. Don't play the high line 6 yards into your own box. There's no point.
No,
to the point where Thiago can just basically say, right, I'm gonna time this, get it on point, and once I'm gone, Maguire will not catching me. And then Bayındır, Altay Bayındır, this horrid keeper. Look, listen, the finish is a fine finish. It's a great finish, fair enough. But come out, close down the angle, give him something to think about. He's waited for him on his line, going, right, I'm going to wait for you, have a shot, and I'll try my best, essentially. So it's just another poor goal. And
actually, it reminded me of that first goal. You remember on FIFA back in the day, I think it was like you double tap up and you do that, the offside trap, and your players jump. It was always so hard to do that you couldn't. It was like that.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else is playing higher. He's the last defender. Yeah. I think even Thiago himself thought he was offside. I think that's why, sometimes when you think you're off, the finish is so much easier. To hit it like that on the kind of half
pressure,
volley.
Is there?
No pressure, top corner. I think he expected the flag to go up. Obviously,
I feel like half of the stadium thought that the flag was going to, or the VAR was going to rule it out, because they didn't fully commit to the celebration, that half-hearted one.
It reminded me of a goal that, I don't know if you remember this, Giroud scored a goal against United on his left foot when De Gea was in goal. Very similar finish. I think you still beat us in that game. But yeah, quality finish, 1-0 up. And then I think from then, United heads just dropped, man. The rest of that first half until Sesko's goal. Yeah, listen, United looked so rattled.
Well, it was 2-0 before he scored, and it was the first time we saw Mbeumo, Cunha and Sesko in the front three. 20 minutes in, it's 2-0. Thiago gets another one. At this point, you must be thinking damage limitation. But it was a good response.
I mean, it was an okay response. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not anything special. It's not like we went, right, let's get on the ball. Let's make them work. Let's really play them about. It wasn't anything like that. It was, we had little moments, as we often have done under Ruben Amorim. It's never been anything sustainable. With the midfield battle that you've always got. And funny enough, right, Keith Andrews actually adapted in this game. He didn't go 5 at the back. He went 4 at the back, so he can have an extra body in midfield. Yep. Another manager, by the way, guys, has outdone Ruben Amorim in the Premier League once again. It's so easy to do. It's so and I feel like we as fans have seen the problems there time and time again, but they're not being addressed. So Bruno Fernandes in midfield again with Ugarte this time, which is a downgrade from Casemiro, if we're really being honest.
Definitely is.
We just can't get control of the game.
You got Cobby just rotting on the bench.
Cobby on the bench.
You got Jordan Henderson, 35-year-old Jordan Henderson, dominating Manchester United's midfield in 2025.
Who would have thought that?
How is this happening?
Because this Ruben Amorim guy wants to play too.
But how can everyone else in world football, every fan, every pundit, every player, be seeing it and understand what is wrong and what needs to be fixed, and he is not seeing it?
He is far too stubborn in his ways, and the board are allowing it to happen. That's what it is as well. The board are allowing. And you know what? I said this not long ago, right? I look at the best teams in the world: Barcelona, PSG, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, etc., etc. The reoccurring thing in all of those teams is a Gravenberch, a Pedri, a Vitinha, a Zubimendi, a Rodri, a number 6 who can actually take the ball and play with players in front of him. Under this system, we will never have that kind of player because the system doesn't allow it to happen. This system wants to progress the ball through the fullbacks and ignore the midfielders. And as well, like people talk about Glasner. Glasner plays it different. It's not the same. We genuinely, against a very, very average Brentford side, struggled to break them down. Struggled to get out of our own half. It went from Maguire to De Ligt, to Luke Shaw, to Dorgu. Back to Maguire, it was a recycle of the same thing over and over again. I'm happy for Sesko. I'm happy that he didn't hit his 007 like a certain Florian Wirtz to my right here.
We'll get onto that. We'll get
so
onto
good
that.
for
Took
him.
him three attempts. Yeah, the
It took
header,
him
and
three,
then another shot.
That's
and then,
fine. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the life of a
Poor from
striker.
Kelleher to drop it in that zone, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it was.
But again, he ends up one of the heroes of the game. So it swings and roundabouts. But 2-1, Sesko gets the tap in. You're thinking, right, something there for United to build on. Get into half time, damage limitation. You've done well to get in at 2-1, really. But as the game kind of transpires, nothing from Mbeumo, and you're thinking, this is his old club. Obviously he wins the penalty. Was a bit dangerous for that. But as a front three, how confident are you with the fluidity, the cohesion, the chemistry between these three, the big summer signings that you've made? They've started their first game together today. Are you confident that works out in the end? Because it didn't today, obviously.
I like all three players, and I think even in a game like today where we were poor, as you say, I saw some glimpses. I actually saw Sesko linking up play better than I've ever really seen him in a Man United shirt. So for me, the problem isn't going, right, what's wrong with Cunha, Sesko and Mbeumo? It's everything else before it gets to them, because half of the time it doesn't get to them. And if it does get to them, the opposition team are already in their low block, they're already structured, they're already fine. We need to get it into them in dangerous positions when Mbeumo can run at his man 1v1, when Cunha can pick it up in a sort of pocket of space just outside the box. Get floaters into the box so Sesko can get his head on it. There is no point talking about the front three if we can't actually provide and give a service to the front three for them, or a platform for the front three to actually go on and be able to do something. Because like I said, we couldn't break them down.
I thought Mbeumo showed glimpses in the game. I thought Mbeumo was one of your more positive players. I thought Cunha was off it. Every time Cunha got the ball, he just looked like he wanted to do it himself. Yeah. There was a time, do you remember the chance on the edge of the box? All he's got to do is put it, Bruno's got a shot and he shoots. And I also think those two in a team together, a personality clash, man. They both want to be the main man. They both want it to go through them every single time. And I'm just not sure it works. So yeah, for me, Cunha was poor today. I don't think Sesko necessarily got the service. And on the penalty, I don't know about you, but I've got to be completely honest. That should have been a red card.
I think it should have.
That is 100% a red card. It's a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. He hasn't tried to play the ball. And Mbeumo...
Is it the double jeopardy rule?
So the double jeopardy, if you try and play the ball and take out the man, if there's a clear attempt to play the ball, then you get a yellow card and it's a penalty.
Right.
In this instance, there's no clear attempt to play the ball. He literally grabs Mbeumo, pulls him back, and Mbeumo's about to have a chance. You're not 100% if he's going to score, but it's a goal-scoring opportunity. Should have been a red card. Yeah. How the referee didn't give it first of all, and how VAR look at that. They looked at it for a long time as well, and still didn't give a red card is mad. Yeah. So I feel sorry for United a little bit, because they should have been playing against 10 men. Instead, Bruno misses the penalty, and it's like nothing happened.
And this is the frustrating...
There's still a goal down with 11 men.
Yeah, this is the frustrating thing around that scenario as well. And look, I'm not going to make an excuse for Bruno Fernandes. He should just put the pen away. But from the moment that the foul happened to him actually taking it, was a good four, maybe 5 minutes.
There was a shout that maybe you should change a penalty taker in that case.
The thing is, right, Bruno Fernandes, since coming to United, has been so reliable from the spot. He's been so... I saw a stat where it was statistically, since coming to United, he was I think only Harry Kane had bettered him in terms of success rate of penalties. The likes of Salah, less. Some of the more sort of... even Haaland had missed some. So I don't think you can take it off Bruno. Also, he's got too much credit in the bank for me. He's our best player. He's our game changer most games. I wouldn't take him off the penalty. But it shouldn't come down to that, though. That's the thing that angers me. We're 11 months into Ruben Amorim now, and he still hasn't won back-to-back games.
Shocking.
He still hasn't. But he's only ever won 2 games in a month once in January. Other than that, he has never won 2 games in a month. That is criminal.
He's got a worse record than Graham Potter. And Graham Potter's gone.
Hey,
and he's a West Ham manager.
What about bloody Paul Jewell?
Brother.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, the old Wigan manager. He got in a sex scandal years ago.
The West Ham board looked at Graham Potter and his stats and thought, we need to get rid of this guy. Our guys are still
no more face swaps.
It's never going to work. Unless you literally get the 2 best midfielders in that position. If you were to get Declan Rice and Pedri, for example, and play them next to each other in that system, unless you were to do that, it's not going to work.
Yeah. And then the third goal goes in. And yes, listen, great strike, great connection, velocity from Jensen. Is there a question mark over the keeper, though? Could he have saved that? Because it's not like it rustles at the top corner of the left or the right-hand side. It's pretty central. It's at obviously a very comfortable height for a goalkeeper. But I mean, are we doing a disservice? Was the ball moving? But
Bro, this is
for
Bayern,
me,
dude.
I know it's Bayern did.
What do we expect?
But I mean,
It's-
have you got to be saving that?
It's pretty central. It's like I mean, listen, it might have swerved, but it is pretty central to the goal. But also, like, I'm just like, yeah, this is Altay Bayındır.
Exactly.
Like, I saw Bayındır against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup, and I was like, this man should never start for us again.
And when it went straight in.
Yeah. But the whole
Corner.
game was a shambles.
Yeah.
Like, that's just one moment of it. The whole game was a shambles. And I remember thinking, yeah, and I thought, it is what it is, because he'll always be second choice anyway. How on earth are we at a point now where he's first choice? Keeping an Arnold would have been better. It genuinely would. I genuinely think keeping it like this guy's horrible, man. He's
Onana was
horrible.
also horrible though. Come on.
I know, but
What about
Onana-
Lemons?
Onana-
When's he getting a
This
squeeze?
is what I mean.
Is he getting a squeeze?
Funny guy.
It's a good point
Funny guy.
though. Where is he? Is he on the bench today?
You tell me, man. You tell
he on
me.
the bench?
Yeah, he was on the bench. So I wouldn't say we pursued him all summer, but he was on our radar for quite some time.
Yeah, he was.
You then go and get him for, I want to say it was about 15 million
18 or
pounds.
something.
Yeah, something like that. So it's not dirt cheap either. Like, you still spent a pretty penny on this guy, and you're still starting Altay. Altay Bayındır, who doesn't even start for Turkey, I might say. Doesn't even start for Turkey.
And Turkey aren't great. Let's have it right. So listen, 3-1 defeat. I think it's 3 in a row now at the G-Tech defeats, that is, for Manchester United against Brentford. But as much as we criticise United, let's also big up Keith Andrews, because a lot has been said about his inevitable demise, pretty instant as well. A lot of people are saying, where's his Premier League experience? He's dealt with losing, and Buemo, he's dealt with losing Wissa, who we haven't seen for Newcastle yet. But if you look at the table, I mean, he started probably just a little bit better than average. It is still their worst start in the Prem since they've been there, since obviously Thomas Frank has left. But actually, 6 games, listen, they've lost 3, but now they've won 2 and they've drawn 1. They're a little bit more comfortable now, aren't they?
Yeah,
And
they
his
look
job
alright.
maybe isn't the most at threat now, of course.
I don't think so. Look, to lose Burmo, Vissa, Norgard, the manager, you expect it's going to take a while before you get back to any sort of competitive level. But yeah, it's come in and do a decent job. I think Henderson's been a good signing. It's becoming a little bit of a staple, because they scored a goal against Chelsea where he played that long ball. I think it was Schade in behind.
Yeah.
Saw it today.
2 assists, mate.
Even the second
Brilliant.
goal, it was in behind
It
the
was
left-hand side, and then they cut
Yeah.
it. So you're seeing some patterns of play. You're seeing some nice football from them. They're relying on the set pieces as well. Every time they get a corner, they get a free kick, a long throw. They're trying to score from those. I think they're going to be a hard team to beat this season. They've picked up a point against Chelsea, 3 points against United. So yeah, not the worst start at all.
Yeah, you know what it is about Brentford for me? It's like they have 3 staples that I think are just so good in the Premier League. They're defensively quite stable and sort of they can adapt. Like Keith Andrews, like I said, 5 at the back last time, 4 at the back now. They've got that. They've got set pieces. Being able to score from set pieces is a great bow to have. And the third one is pacing behind. When you've kind of got all 3 of those, you can kind of always be okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're going to go burst into the top half of the table.
You finished 12th, 13th, 14th.
Yeah, which is fine for Brentford,
Which is
especially
fine.
after the summer that they've had.
Yeah.
It's fine. And so and as well, shout out Igor Thiago. I mean, we said that first goal was unreal, but his starts the
They
Premier League.
took a risk on him, £30 million from Club Bruges. I think he was injured a lot last season as well. I'm not saying it's instantly paid off, but 2 goals against United at home, that'll go a long way to doing that. So, to wrap it up on that one, shout out to the Bees, right? They are buzzing with that one. An absolutely brilliant win against Manchester United. But what do you expect? Like Nick says, what do you expect?
Yeah.
But anyway, this smile is now turning into a frown because I must face my own poor performance today from my team, Liverpool. Boys, if you just allow me to unload the clip a little bit before you ask me questions
Go for it.
about
I'll
the
sit
game.
back and listen.
4 words: team selection, set pieces. The 2 big errors, mistakes from Liverpool today. The word shoehorn comes to mind at the minute in terms of shoehorning Florian Wirtz into this team. I think Liverpool still, and maybe himself still, are not 100% clear on his best position. 2 things can be true. Has he had a bad start to his Liverpool career? Yes. He's still part of a team that won the first 7, but of course he could have been a lot better. Do I still think he comes good? 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. And I think rival fans, the 007 stuff, everyone's looking to see what Wirtz can do, rival fans as well. So deservedly gets criticised. And again, where is his best position? And if you drop someone from the midfield to shoehorn him in, Today it was Gakpo. Tomorrow it might be Szoboszlai that you drop him for. Should you be dropping those people for him? Let me know in the chat right now, Liverpool fans. And the set pieces. Listen, it wasn't a corner. I've seen the replay. It wasn't a corner. I was watching it. But you've still got to defend that corner. And it's a real looping kind of ball to the back stick, which you have to win. That header, once they clear Van Dijk, because, again, defensively, he can be such a magnet, right? He's always in the right place to head it out. I think once you clear him and you almost whip it to the back stick like they did today, then there's not any better headers in the Premier League than Virgil van Dijk. So you've always got a chance, especially when your big centre-backs peeling around. His eyes aren't really on Van Dijk. They're all meeting that ball at the far stick. And Sarr scores against Liverpool again. Messy goal to concede. And then after that, you're thinking, surely there's got to be some kind of wake-up here to the early alarm bell. And absolutely not. Alisson Becker, one of probably 2 players that can walk away with his head held high today, makes 3 or 4 huge saves in the first half. Munoz, Jeremy, Mateta goes through on goal, and then Mateta slams one in off the off the post.
Would have been unreal.
So
finish.
what if we've got a worse goalkeeper in goal there? We're 5-0 down, guys, in the first half. So again, Arne Slot rips into his team at half-time, and Liverpool do come out a lot better. There's chances for Wirtz again. Should he have just left it? I think it was probably going to go in from Szoboszlai, the cross-come shot. Salah gets another shout-out for being totally a ghost today. Isak has a chance. On another day it goes in. Gravenberch hits the post. And the stats, weirdly enough, are 20 shots for Liverpool, which an away team is very good. It shows stat-wise you're on top, you're aggressive, but the stats have lied to me today, because what I saw was a comprehensive Crystal Palace performance. They've definitely got our number. Having said that, it's only 1 win in 17 in the league against Liverpool for Palace before today. And Oliver Glasner is a special manager. I got to big up Wharton. I got to big up Kamada, super tidy player. And then Chiesa does score. Again, with the handball, I know Salah's that's going to get brought up. I've watched this 25 times, boys, and I'm not. I'll watch it once and go, he's not handballed that. I'll watch it again and go, he might have, but I'm not conclusive on either. Mm-hmm. Chiesa gets the goal. There's a bit of a fight back, and at that point I'm thinking, wow, we've robbed it and it's only a draw. Let's just get out of here, keep that winning record intact. And then another set piece, the throw-in. Again, who wins that header? No one. Mark Gahey wins it again after everything between him and Liverpool. And I think Kirkes, in that position, you've got to just get rid with your right foot. He's so scared of playing with his right foot. He ends up twisting his body and hooking it out for a throw, and really that should just be going right back up to anyone that can chase it down up top. So listen, Eddie Nketiah gets the goal, and we deserve to lose that game. In a way, I'm happy we've lost this early. We lost at home. No, it will make sense. We lost at home to Forest last season, right? We'd won every game. We lose at home to Forest 1-0. Hudson-Odoi, great finish. It was actually Doyle's birthday. It ruined the whole weekend that we had. But then after that, Liverpool won the next 10 games in a row. So there's almost this thing of like the invincible chat is I knew we weren't going invincible. That's out the window. But learn your lessons now. I think it's a good time to lose almost with a busy period coming up. Straight back in it. I can take this on the chin if it is a response in the next game and we do have a better performance, especially in the first half. But credit to Crystal Palace. They deserve to win. What do you reckon, boys?
Completely agree. And I just want to say, it's been coming for Liverpool.
It has. The performances and the results could have only carried on for so long. We're not blind. We saw what we saw against the Bournemouths, the Burnleys, all these teams, the Newcastles. I was there. But eventually they run out, and this loss was coming. And again, against a good team, what can I say?
If you like you said it well. If Liverpool didn't have Alisson in that first half, or if Palace had just put their chances in the corners, it could have been 3-4, 5-0. Right, Mateta, the one that came off the inside of the post, that could have been another goal. Munoz had a chance. Sarr had chances. They dominated. The first 45 minutes, they completely dominated. I think Liverpool came back into it a little bit in the second half. They took off Adam Wharton for Will Hughes, which I could not understand. And from that moment, Liverpool were pushing. Get the goal, Chiesa 86th minute, and I'm thinking...
Scruffy finish, but you take them all day long.
Bro, I'm thinking, here we go again. This is it. Of course they're going to go on. Of course they're going to win.
This time it wasn't going to happen.
I didn't.
I knew.
Trust me, because I've thought it wasn't going to happen the past few times. When it came back to 2-2 against Bournemouth, I thought it wasn't going to happen, and it happened. Yeah. Against 10 men Newcastle, it happened. Rio, 16, 17-year-old kid, right? 16
at the time, but he's 17. Yeah.
Right, even Atletico Madrid, Burnley, Burnley defended so well for
Arsenal.
that 94, 95 minutes. Arsenal one I can accept because it's a moment of quality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where and it was earlier. I think Szoboszlai was 84th minute. Whereas the like Newcastle 90 plus 10 or plus 9. And then today when Chiesa scored, I'm thinking, how? What is this? What is it like a universe thing that it's just happening? Is it mentality?
Yeah, it is. Even
So
if
what
it's
happened today? Well, if they have the mentality, what happened today?
Well,
Why
it's
did it
just
go
a
the
poor
opposite way?
performance, and we didn't actually deserve it. So you can have the mentality to get back in the game, but because you've been poor and the other team have been so much better, probably will lose the game. We were lucky to even be drawing, bro. But the mentality is keep attacking, keep going. 20 shots odd in the second half, nick a goal and get out of there. But we couldn't do that today.
You also
Set
said
pieces,
that,
man.
You said that you can handle it this early. I think it will be a lot easier for Liverpool fans to handle this if Arsenal don't do their business.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is such. I know we'll get onto it, so I'm not going to go off now. Such a big game for Arsenal tomorrow. The swing this weekend, like I said to you just before, if you'd won today and we'd lost, it would be 8 points.
Yeah.
You've lost today. If we win, it'll be 2. That swing after 6
Massive.
games is crazy. Arsenal might. We'll get onto it, but we must. We must.
And you haven't won there for a while. But anyway, like you say, we will get onto that.
So
Talk to me about that kind of fragility at set pieces today for Liverpool.
hold on. First and foremost, the name's Wirtz. Florian Wirtz.
Right,
It's the
okay.
007.
Okay, are we doing that?
I'm
It's actually 006 in the Prem, 004 in the Prem, but
Champions League. We count Champions League.
this is shameless.
We count
isn't it?
Champions League. It is shameless because you know what? As a United fan, I don't get many opportunities to do this. Every Saturday I come on here and he's sitting on his high horse because Liverpool have nicked another last minute winner. So I'm
Rightfully.
going to enjoy it while I can, right?
Yeah.
I look at Florian Wirtz, right, and I almost think, did you really need to sign him? I almost think, did you need to sign a £115 million number 10? I look at this Liverpool team, I'm like, you don't really need a 10. Doesn't really work. And you go to what you said about the shoehorning him onto the left. I think he can actually work on the left at some point.
He's not better than Gakpo on the left.
He's not
No
better
way.
now, but he's got higher ceiling, and so you almost
Not on the
think,
left. No way.
Okay,
Gakpo is
okay.
an out-and-out left winger. He's proven it last season. He started this season really well. For me, Florian Wirtz does not start on the left for any team over Gakpo.
But I don't think Gakpo is all that great either.
He's a better left winger than Florian
Last
Wirtz.
Correct me if I'm
season,
wrong.
16 you are wrong.
I think
16 goals,
he's
8
good,
assists
but
last season.
Okay, but I also think that comes in a very good dominant Liverpool. Like I don't watch him in individual moments.
Gakpo's not the one to point a finger at today.
No,
though.
I'm not. But what my point is, like, I can actually see him coming good on the left, right? And either way, playing a little. Because my thing is, if you can get an overlapping Kirkes and Wirtz coming inside, similar to how Eze will be deployed at Arsenal, there's a world where that can work. But I just think, could you have not got another 8 and added some depth into that midfield for like 80
Well,
million,
he can
70
be
million?
the 8 as well, with his,
You don't really want him in the 8. though.
he does pick the ball. If you look
at
at
Leverkusen,
the
he was at his best in the front 3 as a 10.
the kind of area that I like him in, he gets that assist 4 minutes into his debut against Palace, doesn't he, in the Community Shield, where
looks good.
he's kind of central left, not like a forward kind of area. He's kind of playing them half pockets between a traditional LCM and an LW. He's kind of in those tiny little pockets, and he finds Ekitike, scores the goal. That's the kind of area I like him in. Not too wide. Naturally, he will come in anyway. That's inevitable, right? If he starts out on the left, his first thing he's going to be looking to do is cut in and create something. Whereas Gakpo does do that as well, but he obviously has the output, and he's such a physical presence as well. I think that's why he's maybe been preferred to Wirtz in that position. But there is a headache. I agree with you. Where do you play him?
You
and
don't.
if you do play him, who drops out?
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Because Szoboszlai at the minute, I think it was almost considered, wasn't it, at the start of the season? Oh, well, that means Szoboszlai is going to drop out the team. And then Szoboszlai has the month of his life in August, scores a win against Arsenal. And him, Chiesa and Alisson are the only 3 today. Maybe Ryan Gravenberch, bit of a stretch, but they're the only 3 that can walk away with any pride today. But I agree with you in terms of, I don't think we shouldn't have signed him. I think if there's an opportunity in the market, he's turned down Bayern. He's shown that he wants you. He's just been with Frimpong, been really successful with him. He is world class, and we've seen glimpses of that.
He's not world
at
class.
Bayer
Yeah,
Leverkusen.
but it's the
He's
thing-
on his way to
No,
be.
but it's the
He might have
but also,
he might have shown world class quality at Leverkusen.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He hasn't
saying.
shown
Oh,
anywhere near
100%.
that at Liverpool.
And
So to say he's
also-
world class now is just not
But
true.
No,
also,
I
I
said
don't
world
even-
class at Bayer Leverkusen, and
You
then
said
has
he is world class now.
but then I also said at Leverkusen.
Yeah, but my
Straight
my
after.
thing is, it wasn't really a market opportunity if you had to spend 115 million to get him.
Mad.
a market opportunity is all right. He's got
So
1
we're
year left.
writing him off then? That's
no,
him
I'm
done.
not writing him off. I'm just saying, and look, hindsight's 2020, right?
Just be careful. We play you at Anfield in 2 weeks. Just relax a little bit. You know what I mean?
Really,
that's when he turns up.
But I just think when I look at Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, the balance between those three is so good that I just think if you could have got another McAllister type of player to give you some depth in there, because right now, if one of those three gets injured, you're looking at Endo and you're looking at Curtis Jones. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Yeah. So I just think, could you not have actually, get another left winger? You got rid of Luis Diaz.
We've got Rio.
Fez, yeah, you can come in.
Sometimes you can look at a team, a title-winning team, and go, that midfield's good enough. You know, we can go into next season. That can be the starting three.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Kind of
So rather than going and spending 150 million on Wirtz, who I rate Wirtz, I rated him at Leverkusen. I don't know now if he'll come good, but rather than spending 115 million on him to come in and be a starter and replacing one of these three, when we just said it's not broke, sign someone for 45, 50 million who can challenge one of those positions on the bench and maybe come in and be a starter if they're not performing. That would have been the smarter business. Now seeing this, I've said multiple times over the past few weeks that them best midfield three doesn't include Wirtz. I knew at some point Arne Slot would try and shoehorn him on the left because Gakpo is the easiest one to take out. It doesn't work. He's not a left winger. He's not better than Gakpo on the left wing. Where do you play him? At the moment, it's not looking like a good signing. Will he come good? Possibly. But he's not in Liverpool's best 11 at the moment.
No, he's not. On the other side, Mo Salah's... it's weird. I've never seen Salah like this.
It's his worst start to a season for Liverpool.
Yeah, and you said you call him a ghost, and I've never seen him not have an effect on a game this consistently week in, week out. Because even in those earlier games, when he was nicking a goal or an assist right at the end, he wasn't really having that much of an effect on the game. Is it a Trent thing no longer being there? Is it a stylistic thing, or is the gas running out a little bit?
I think
like 33 now.
I think probably a combination. I mean, again, we're writing him off, and that's what you definitely don't do with Mo Salah. But I think a combination of not having that stable, cemented right back behind you. It's been a lot of Frimpong. It's been It's been Conor Bradley, Szoboszlai. He's not really had that stable kind of character behind him who's feeding these passes up the line. Trent, as we know, if you ask Mo Salah who would he prefer threading balls through, it probably would be Trent out of all of them. But I think he's just maybe in a state of decline. I mean, what is a bad season for Mo Salah? Is it 25? Is it 26 goals? One of his best seasons was last year. His lowest ever season was 21 goals, but Liverpool won the league in that season. So
21 Prem goals or all comps? Right.
All comp. I need to double check that. Maybe it's 25. But again, that was a bad season for Mo Salah. So as long as he, at this age, we're not really too bothered in terms of like masterful performances every week. At this age, if you still look at Harry Kane, right? He's just a numbers man. Get the goals, get the assists, get the penalties, get the hat tricks, just rack them all up. Yeah. Have I had a 10 out of 10 performance in this game? Have I tracked back and been the link man and been unselfish? No. I've just scored 2 though, so hold that. So if Mo Salah can still do that, which he did against Atletico, really good finish, if he can still just be the numbers man, then we don't really mind about the performances. But if you're not getting the numbers, then the performances have to be questioned, right? And I think there is a trail now of a few games where he's ghosted a bit. But again, the last thing I would do, even as a Liverpool fan or anyone else should do, is write him off because we know what he can do.
Yeah. Just a quick question. What needs to change? Because like you say, the performances haven't necessarily been there this season. It hasn't quite clicked. You know, you've got over the line late, substitutions, Salah popping up, penalties against Burnley, this and that. Yeah. I haven't seen Liverpool have a 90 minutes where I've been like, wow. I think their best half was Everton, first half against Everton. I was like,
and even then it was like 35 minutes.
It's true. Yeah. And I was expecting, 3-4-0 in the second half, go and win it comfortably. Why is it not clicking? What needs to change?
How long have we got? Even the first game of the season, an electric start and then concede 2 sloppy goals to Bournemouth. I haven't seen a full 90 minutes where I've gone, what a performance, Liverpool. It's a lot of late minute winners and that's fine. But eventually those kind of fade away and the control fades in and the performances fade in and the
fatigue as well. When you keep going that late, do you know what I mean? You're not winning games early, you can't take players off.
It does you. And again, it's been like, who have we got on the bench to go and win this game for us? What I'd like to see in our next game against Chelsea, And obviously we'd have to play Galatasaray away before that, which is going to, again, add to the fatigue and, you know, all that stuff. But I think with the Chelsea game, they've got no real recognised centre-backs available, no Cole Palmer. That's the game where you actually show everyone, listen, we lost last week, but here's the statement the champions made. Here's a nice 2-0 victory across 90 minutes. The performance is a good level. That's what I would like to see. That's what I wanted today. But what needs to change? I mean, there has been a lot of chops and changes. Obviously, Ekitike can come back in now. It'll be interesting to see who starts him or Isak. That's just a headache that we'll have all season now, I think, or for as long as both of them are at the club. So I think it's finding and knowing your best 11. It would have helped a lot more if Wirtz was cemented himself in that best 11, but he hasn't. So there's a bit of a midfield imbalance. McAllister's well off it at the minute. Konate defensively prone to more errors than ever. I don't
First
really
half
remember
from
him.
Konate today.
I mean, he lost the ball to
Feel like he
Mateta.
hadn't
How
slept.
he's not scored that and Alisson saved it is such a let-off for Konate. But there's just, I would say, 3 or 4, but is now growing into 5, 6 players where you go, chance for Wolves, headed away. There's 5 or 6 players now that are off form. Mo Salah's out of form. Obviously, Wirtz is out of form. I would say Konate slips into that bracket as well. You know, Frimpong and Kirkes have both been up and down, and it's starting to grow a little bit, and I don't want to see that. McAllister as well. So get all these guys firing again, and instantly we kind of click back into it. We just got to stop the conceding set pieces, though. That cannot continue. I want to see some clean sheets and control, and
I was just,
you know.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I know we spoke about her last week, but Hugo Ekitike,
Yeah.
absolute fool. It's been
He's a
said,
wally.
but
Yeah,
this
he's a wally,
is
yeah.
where
No, he's a
it
wally.
should be spoken about even more. Getting
he's a
himself
wally.
sent off
Could have
today,
done with him today.
could have done with him. Right, when Isak, you know, he had a few nice touches, a couple of times he had chances, could have scored. Liverpool needed Ekitike today. Because in my opinion, he's been Liverpool's best player this season.
I'd say
Him and
Szoboszlai.
Gravenberch. Those
Yeah,
two.
Gravenberch and
Ekitike has impressed
Szoboszlai,
me, man. He's
Ekitike,
looked quality since he's come in.
Yeah. Nah, he's a wally for that
And
moment.
doing that, them
Yeah.
needing you today, your team losing, he has to
Cost
learn
us
from
even
that.
more.
That
Mental.
felt like a very insecure moment from Hugo Ekitike, I have to say. It was just like one of those where it's like, mate, it's Southampton, the EFL Cup. What are you doing?
I know.
In hindsight, of course, and even in the moment, it's just.
What are you doing? What are you doing? But on the flip side, though, away from Liverpool, shout out Crystal Palace because that is now, we said before the show
18
started,
games.
18 games unbeaten. They seem to just do well against the big sides as well. Like they seem quite well set up.
Mate, they could win another trophy this season.
Sorry?
They could win another
They
trophy
could.
this season.
They could. They're on a high at the moment. The momentum's really good. That back three is so good. Richards, Lacroix, and Gahey. And obviously they were lucky to keep Gahey. Mark Gahey clearly wanted to leave. But that back three is so good. Munoz bombing forward is so
Baller.
good. Wharton pulling the strings from midfield.
Tarek Mitchell.
And this is a game where I don't want to go out to Man United, but this is where it's different, right? A Wharton in this Palace system has the license to receive the ball, turn and play. Whereas United, we don't have that system. But
And he does take
Wharton
risks
that.
as well. He does
does.
send that 60-yard diag. It
He
might
does.
not come off all the time, but across a game, he's just so tidy. Shout
Yeah.
out to Kamada as well.
Yeah.
Baller.
You know, I
Mate,
watched him.
everyone that plays for Palace under Glasner just seems to
Click.
turn in, click,
Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah.
And
Like
the
Mateta.
formation as well,
The
right?
evolution of
I know.
Mateta,
I know.
Sarr, all
Sarr.
all of these players in this team.
Mate.
Sarr's goal today was his 50th in English football.
Crazy.
You know what's insane
return.
about
Around for a long
Mateta?
time, isn't
When would you say he signed for Palace?
Mateta,
Yeah. Wait.
I'll say
Who feels like they actually have a good like?
2019.
Okay.
he? Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years.
Oh, fair. Because I feel like it was 2020.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like he's only really been about for like.
He's only been good.
No, but
Yeah,
he's,
no.
I
couple
think
of
you
years.
think it's only
Because-
a while,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
a good 2 years.
No,
he's
yeah.
been
I
good
mean,
for
his
now.
first season he only played 7, but his second season he played 28, and it's been nothing under 30 since. So
Nah, he was
has
a
been
bit of a-
about, but the numbers have never been there until
Exactly
2
that.
years ago, where he got 19 and then 17.
He was a bit of a joke player before. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
Mateta, he would never play for a top team. Now, there's top teams that would take Mateta in
We were
a
linked with
heartbeat.
him.
Yeah, and I also
for a
think
day.
it's a bit of a shame that the French national team aren't calling him up, and I don't think they're.
He played in the Olympics, didn't he?
Yeah,
Under
but
Henri,
he's not.
the national team. Well,
yeah, he's not-
Ekitike is kind of the new kid on the block for France.
I think they got
Yeah,
a bit
I
too
know.
much quality in front of him. But you never know.
Yeah,
He keeps doing what he's doing.
yeah, no.
I mean, if you need
But
goals,
Unlucky with that chance today off the inside of the post.
Mate,
as well.
unreal
great
finish.
strike.
It's the tucked in shirt and the long sleeves. Man.
I'm
It's
so
the-
surprised he didn't score that one-on-one. I think that's one where he just
Yeah.
almost pass it into the far corner, but he's
Yeah.
gone central and Alisson saved it. But Listen, a lot of questions there for Arne Slot to deal with in the games coming up. Liverpool's luck has just run out, I think. I don't think that it's too deep. I don't think it needs the Spanish Inquisition. But again, it's a loss. You've got to take it and make sure it does not happen in the next game. Because if it does, and there's a little bit of a blip or a slip this early in the season, I would say that's a little bit of a worry. You're not in total control of the table. So,
Yeah, are you worried?
No. I mean, it's our first loss of the season, so...
And it's away
Not
to
worried.
Palace, which is a tough ground for everyone this season.
Probably the hardest game so far. Maybe
Yeah.
Newcastle away, but Newcastle
Yeah.
went down to 10 men.
Yeah, I would agree
Arsenal
with
at home.
that. I would agree with that.
Didn't
So
really give them
listen,
a fight, did we?
we need to see a lot more from McAllister, Verts, all the other names that I mentioned. You know, massive injury to Leone, so... You know, the squad numbers drop a little bit. Can
It's
we
a
go
shame
and
about
get Gahey
Leone.
in January? Massive shame.
It's a shame. I mean,
Massive
like,
shame, man. I feel so
obviously-
bad for him.
Yeah, he plays for a rival club, but either way, 18 years old, first game.
You never see him
Mate,
lose
I
Spurs,
was
man.
there. He was brilliant. I know it was, Southampton in the cup, but that's the perfect game to almost see what he's about, playing against Championship players who aren't going to just, let you walk all over them. They'll be physical like they are in the Championship, and he did really well. So, listen, one defeat, I don't think it's too much to read into, but naturally, it is the space that we're in, and I am getting cooked online. So, it is what it is. But yeah, go and watch the Cop TV as well if you want to see a little bit more on that. A couple super chats before we move on. We're 10 minutes into this game as well, by the way. Tottenham Wolves. Tottenham certainly the aggressive team in this fixture. That kit's a strange one for Wolves, isn't
I
it?
like it.
I like
I'm a
it. I do
fan.
like it. It
No, I
reminds
do
me
like
of like the Brazil away
Yeah,
kit.
it does, because you got
A
the
little
yellow
bit.
hints on there
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, that's
Not
all right,
bad.
man. 10 minutes in 0-0 in that game, though. Tanishk says your defence is in trouble and Nketiah is in the room.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention Eddie. Shout out Eddie and Nketiah, man.
Yeah.
He had a chance. He came on. First of all, he nearly broke Van Dijk's leg.
Yeah,
got
that was,
himself booked.
a horrendous
Then
tackle.
great ball in from Mateta on his left foot. Eddie, clear header 5 yards out. Classic Eddie and Nketiah, man. This is why Arsenal sold him, puts it wide. And then to turn up, great finish, 95th minute, through Alisson's legs. Shout out Eddie and Nketiah, man. Done us a real favour today.
But is it a favour unless you win yourselves?
Well, we'll
find
see.
out. We'll dissect that preview as well. Draft King, Asna, shamelessness, knows no bounds. You're behind Sunderland. Manure and Chelsea are the Mud Brothers. Copium in Liverpool's loss is sad. Banter merchants at your worst.
You're talking about United.
Yeah, well, mate,
No,
Sunderland
he's
are
defending
fourth.
Liverpool and saying Arsenal
Yeah, I know.
fans are
Sunderland
doing
are
the
fourth
madness.
on 11 points, so they're doing all
We'll
right.
get into
and
them as well. Massive away win for them today.
Yeah.
Jay Jackson, Salah turned into more of a worse performance than Verts. One Palace that gets European games, they will drop points in the Prem. How are we listening to that lad that hasn't won anything and a 15th place finisher? Salah, he has actually won some stuff in recent years, unlike this fella. But Salah was much worse than
Really
Verts. The attack still flows through Salah and he is off it. James then says, I needed a day like this after a stressful week at work. United lost, Chelsea lost, but that's only a small appetizer. But the RS loses. What's the RS? I'm so full I won't need to eat for a week. Cheers, AGT. Well, big up, James. I hope your stressful week has come to an end and you're chilling out, mate. All the best. Florian Verst, may it long continue, says Daniel. A couple haters in the chat, but we don't mind it. That's what it's all about. Yeah, still 0-0 in this game. Huffing and puffing Spurs at the minute.
Wolves have looked alright.
Gomez loves it, doesn't he? Getting right amongst it. Wolves giving it to Richarlison as they should be. Why not? Next game that we will be dissecting. Let's have a look. Chelsea.
Ooh.
Chelsea.
At it again.
Wow.
What's that? 3 in a row.
3.
If you don't count
the
the
Prem.
Lincoln one,
Oh,
then
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
3 in a row.
I mean,
Come on. Even that they were poor.
They were.
Lucky to win that.
Enzo
Straight through
Fernandez,
it.
halfway through the first half, gets the goal from maybe a yard out. Deflected cross from Reece James, lands up on his head, he taps it in. 1-0 to Chelsea, and you're thinking, right, build on that. The lineup, when I looked at it, Chelsea's today, it's obviously not the best one. There's a lot of new faces that need to gel. Hato playing inside at centre-back.
There's some positives though. Like I think actually playing Hato, I get what you mean, the experience there, but at least you're giving him a chance to start. And with Cucurella on the other side of him, you think he'd be alright to get through the game. But obviously the red card changes the game.
It does, and that happens on the 53rd minute with Chelsea 1-0 up. And when you look at the Andre Santoses, the Estevals, names that we've heard for a while now, but I think Andre Santos today, you won't want to watch back the replay for the first equalising goal, which comes from Danny Welbeck, 77 minutes in. And with 10 men, Christian, I mean, with 10 men, what is the mentality from 53 minutes onwards? What should they be doing? And it obviously didn't work because from 77 to 90 plus 10, they concede 3 goals and lose the game.
Look, Arsenal have been trolled before for being away at City 2-1 up and going defensive. Sometimes when you've got 10 men and you're winning, the best thing to do is just hold on to the lead. Chuck some defenders on, hold on to it, grind the game out. And we see what happens to Chelsea today, the complete opposite. You know, they concede in, like you say, 77th minute Welbeck, and then they just crumble from there. Brighton are a really good team. I actually predicted a draw in this game already. They were 1-0 up Chelsea. They were playing quite well. And then, you get sent off, you go down to 10 men against a team like Brighton, and you're asking for it, man. They conceded 3 goals. Shout out Danny Welbeck with 2 nice goals as well. How he's still performing at his age in the league, how long he's been around is mad. But this is a bit of a free fall from Chelsea. I said on a show the other day, I think Chelsea fans, after that Conference League in the Club World Cup, they managed to convince themselves and convince other fans that they were so much better than they were. I bought into it. I started looking at them.
I never did.
Did you not?
Defensively, I thought even with those trophies.
But I thought, Cucurella on form is a top player. If Reece James can come back, centre-back partnership, Colwill, toss in. Oh, you know what? It's looking strong. If even Sanchez in the Club World Cup looked good, I was like, you know what? Chelsea could be serious this season. And they've just proved time and time again at the start of the season that they are not serious. They are still way off competing for a title. They're going to be in a top 4 scrap, maybe a top 6 scrap. And if Cole Palmer's out now for 3-4 weeks, they're in trouble, man.
Yeah, I mean, even when he's been fit, he hasn't been all that good. I mean, I know he came back, scored against Brentford, scored against Bayern, but his 2025 in general hasn't looked good at all. With Chelsea, I just think, like I even said it on the first Saturday show when we were here, when people after, like you said, the Club World Cup happened and people were like, oh, Chelsea could be within the title race this year, and I was like, there's just no world where that happens. The thing is with Chelsea, they've got so many mistakes in their side, and with their whole transfer strategy of only signing players under 23 and all this and that, this is what you're going to get. Get used to it. You're going to have a while until those players that you've bought in under 23s prove themselves in the starting 11 and then grow with the team. You're going to have this for quite some time where even your better players are going to be prone to mistakes. I mean, that game, you're fine until Santos makes the mistake that he does, and then Chalobah makes the mistake that he does. I mean, Chalobah, I actually feel bad for him because I don't think it was entirely his fault. He's obviously the one that sees red. I think it was on Santos, but it's like, this is what I've come to expect of Chelsea. They're gonna make mistakes. It was Robert Sanchez last week against United, and it's Santos this week. So we're gonna see more of it.
Chelsea, for me, have 3 players, in my opinion, that I think are good enough to be in a team that can win the league, which is Reece James, Caicedo, and Cole Palmer. No one else, in my opinion, until they prove me wrong, is quite good enough. And the money they've spent to end up with this squad, I don't know how it's happened. It's absolutely criminal, man. And they just get let off. Maybe kind of forget how much money they've spent and how long this process has been going. I know they've chopped and changed the manager, but still, man, they've been pumping money and investing money into this squad and these players for so long.
Thing is, I said this on the last week on the Monday show with the whole transfer, like how much money they've spent, etc. The one thing is with Chelsea, though, like, a lot of their money spent is sat on the bench. Anyway, like, a lot of their money spent doesn't even make it into the team. Like, Garnacho, again, doesn't get on. Gittins, again, doesn't get on. Lavia comes on late. But, like, a lot of their players are just coming here, to be here for 2 years, just so they can sell them on for a profit.
But it comes from the top, Nick, right? I think a lot of those players you mentioned didn't come on maybe because of the red card and they've got to change the play. But what is their direction? What is their ambition? What do they want, Chelsea? Is it to buy and sell and flip and create money that way? Or is it to go and win a title? And if you're telling me that if that's what they are choosing to do, go and win a title with Robert Sanchez in goal and a kind of mishmash of all these different defenders that haven't really connected or had any chemistry with each other, that doesn't win you a title. And I agree with you. I'm looking at the team now. You know, Reece James on his day can be world class. Again, there's still a big question mark over his fitness and his availability. But yeah, on his day he can be world class. On Caicedo's day he can be world class. And Cole Palmer's day he can show world class attributes. But again, like you said, Nick, 2025 we haven't seen that. So how can the team that is so on and off, hot and cold, in and out, how can that team do better than 4th?
I think they need more experience. I look at that team, I don't see any real experience. I see like 5 or 6 players that they've signed from Brighton that aren't necessarily winners, that haven't necessarily been, playing at the top level, playing in the Champions League. They need a few experienced players that have been there and done it. All right, Enzo Fernandez won a World Cup. But the rest of the squad, I'm just like, where is that going to come from? Where are the leaders? I don't think João Pedro's a leader, and neither is Neto. Esteval's proper young. Andre Santos is young. Even Hato. I think João Hato is a good player. He's not a centre-back. Yeah. He's a left-back that they're shoehorning into centre-back now. Cool, because Colwell's out and Cucurella's at left-back. There's just a lot of holes in that team, man. There's a lot to fix.
Mate, the fact that Reece James is your captain and Enzo Fernandez is your vice-captains, that tells you everything you need to know about, like you said, the experience of this team. It's just not enough there. And with the manager, actually. Like, I think he got it wrong against United with the substitutions that he made. I think he got it wrong and he kind of panicked, if I'm being honest. That's what I felt like in that moment. So he's also inexperienced. And I actually made the argument that I think Enzo Maresca is somewhat so far over-exceeded expectations with this squad. I think he's done all right. Like, I think I finished 4th, won 2 trophies. Fair enough with this squad. I actually think he's done all right. But you see the moments of inexperience with his decision-making as well.
Yeah, and the fans, according to Matt Law here today, they turned on him today. They imploded, obviously, today against Brighton. 3 really late goals that have killed them off with 10 men. But Matt Law says, as Chelsea prepare to roll out the red carpet for Jose Mourinho, who comes back to Stamford Bridge with Benfica on Tuesday, Enzo Maresca is in danger of pulling the rug from his own feet. Yes, he's won 2 trophies at Chelsea. We can't forget he's got them into the Champions League. But there's almost an expectation among Chelsea fans to almost revert back to some of the Jose Mourinho teams, so the Ancelotti teams. Chelsea have now not won the league. What is it? 9? We're in the 9th season. Where they haven't won the league now.
Yep.
That quickly turns into 10. That quickly turns into 20, as you guys know. Quickly turns into 30, mate, as I know. Well, mine's even worse. So listen, Chelsea fans, if you were at the game today, did it feel like there was a bit of a turning of the screw in terms of the pressure on Maresca? And was there a sense of, the fans voicing their opinions? They're obviously not happy. That's a few losses now this season. And again, do Chelsea know their best 11? What is their strategy? What is their MO here for the season? Do let us know if you are a Chelsea fan in the chat. Next up, a big shout out to Bournemouth for getting a very late equaliser away at Leeds. It was Semenyo with the free kick. Did you see that goal? Straight through the wall. What is the point of the wall? I mean, it was a free kick inside the D. I would say it was 18.8 yards away. And the wall set up, and he just blasts it hard and low, straight through the wall, straight through the keeper's legs. The wall's got to be a lot stronger there.
Semenyo's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, under the wall. Yeah.
No, but he's just smashed it, hasn't he? Straight and hard down low. But then Sean Longstaff and Joe Rodon send Leeds into the lead. Joe Rodon's header, good finish. Longstaff, really good finish. I saw it in off the post, volley, edge of the box. And then Krupi scores in the very dying moments for Bournemouth to get a very important point for them as they continue really on this hot streak of form. But Leeds denied back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Again, a Leeds par for the course as well. I mean, they obviously brought Calvert-Lewin in. He had a few chances today, but do you expect Leeds to go down?
Well, 11th
right now. That's okay. Two wins, 2 losses, 2 defeats.
I think if you said to Leeds at the beginning of the season, 6 games in, you'll have 2 wins, 2 draws, and 8 points on the board, you'd absolutely take it. I mean, they're above United. They've got a point more than United. So, I think if you're a Leeds fan, you're fairly happy, and you're looking down. You're looking at, all right, West Ham, they're looking dodgy. Wolves, we're watching them right now. They're looking a bit dodgy. Burnley haven't looked great. Nottingham Forest don't look great. So it's not bad going for Leeds at the moment.
All the promoted teams are doing well,
except Burnley.
I saw but even Burnley 17th. People are calling that those 3 teams are going to go down. They've won a game. They've drawn one. I think I saw a graphic on Twitter that it's the most points by far, over double.
Yeah.
Do you see this one?
Yeah.
That the promoted teams have ever got.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Even Sunderland today.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get on
winning
to them
away
as
against
well.
Forest. We'll talk about it. But
yeah.
Yeah, they've started well. Yes, that's a good point for Leeds. I expected Bournemouth to win that.
And they were so close to winning it, Leeds.
Yeah, exactly. When I saw 1-0 Semenyo scored, I was like, yeah, they'll win that easily. And then I checked and it was 2-1 Leeds. I was like, what's going on there?
In the chat here, Couture Criminal says, hang on, where is it? He says Leeds are okay. Not a top team as we know. Leeds are very so-so, says Tifu. Good show and good guests, says Simon Kelly. This is a good show, and it is good
Simon.
guests as
Thank
well,
you very
actually.
much,
So
mate.
yeah, big up to ourselves. Why not? Come on. Leeds are a top team according to Arsenal. They are above United, says DraftKing as well. Okay, I think it's time to move on to a fantastic away win today for Sunderland at Nottingham Forest, which now leaves Ange Postecoglou 5 games played and no wins on the board so far for those tricky trees. And it was Granit Xhaka with the assist for old Dorete, the header. Really good assist, because he tricks you, doesn't he? Because you think he's going to shoot, and he's got that in his locker, that left foot, the whip, the laces, whatever you want to do. Xhaka's got that. But he kind of runs up as if he's going to Roberto Carlos it, and he just little pitching wedge to the back stick, gets his head on it, and it's a really good finish. But Forest, should they be worried right now? Not necessarily their form, because this can happen, but are they worried about the fact that this manager doesn't really seem to have had that kick on yet?
I'd be worried. I'd be absolutely worried, because also when I look at Forest right now, they also don't seem to have, or Ange doesn't seem to have figured out his starting 11 yet. I said this before, I don't think we've ever seen, well, probably we have, but in recent history, I don't remember seeing a team where you go from one manager, which is so low block, counter-attack, to Ange Postecoglou, rock and roll, in your face, high pressing. It's the complete opposite. And I don't think it necessarily suits a lot of their players. And I just think, he finished 16th with a Spurs side who had, I would say, a better squad than Forest. Let's have it right. You can say on form, last year Forest were the better team, but if you look at it player for player, Spurs have a better team. He finished 16th. 17th. There you go. There it is. 17th. Sorry. 17th. And that was his second season. So he had pre-season. He brought in his players. No excuses. 17th. So and I said it earlier when I was talking about Leeds. When I'm looking down, I'm looking at Forest, thinking that gives me a bit of hope when I see Forest and the way they're playing. Still without a win.
It's a weird one with Forest. They only lost the Langer in the summer. They brought in Douglas Luiz. They brought in James McAtee from City. Amari Hutchinson's there. They've still got quality. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Chris Wood. Even they managed to keep hold of their defenders. Nico Williams right back. They signed Zinchenko. Matt Sells, who was joint Golden Glove last year. I'm like, what is going wrong for Forest? But like you say, it's obvious what's going wrong. Ange Postecoglou is going wrong. Sacking Nuno and bringing in Ange is one of the worst mistakes I think we will ever see in Premier League football. Genuinely, Nuno, what he did at Forest, verging on Champions League, then ended up getting Europe. Oh, Spurs about to score.
Spurs are in.
Goal.
Kudos.
Offside.
Offside.
No goal. We'll see what VAR says about that.
Good finish.
I think anyone that knows football can see that is a massive mistake, and we're seeing it. You might see exciting football. You might see them 1-2-0 up. It doesn't last.
It's mates looking after each other, is it not? Marinakis.
Look, I'm Greek. I know about Greeks looking after Greeks, but when it's business is business. Yeah. You don't bring in someone who's terrible at their job just because you're Greek, just because it's mates. But Nuno was more than good enough to be Forest manager. You got rid of him, brought in someone who is not good enough, and you're seeing what's happening now. Yeah,
look at it's not just Nuno what he done at Forest last year, but also look what he done at Wolves. I feel like we don't talk about his time at Wolves enough. He done really well at Wolves to bring him into the Premier League and keep him there. And obviously his time at Spurs didn't go great.
But didn't get long enough, man. If they gave him a chance, I think he would have turned him into a good team.
And now he's at West Ham.
Yeah, which I actually think suits him down to a T.
Got a big job on his hands.
He does. But I think he'll get him out of that scrap. Yep. I genuinely do. I think there's enough quality there, and I just think it suits him. I think Wan-Bissaka will be a hell of a player for Nuno, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So I like the move.
I just want to say one thing on Granit Xhaka. This guy, everyone talking about Gyökeres and Vert and Isak and Zubamendi and Sesko and Burmo and all of these players, right? I think that could end up being the signing of the summer. This guy, every Arsenal fan knows it, right? In his last 2 years at Arsenal, he was absolutely phenomenal. What he did at Leverkusen, phenomenal. Top professional, top player. He cut all the mistakes, all the stupidity out of his game and just left the raw talent that he has, the physicality that he has. He pops up with goals, pops up with assists, which we've already seen this season. I genuinely think that could be the sign of the summer.
Mate, every now and then as well, he's got a wonder of a left foot. It's not consistently, but every now and then he's got a shot or a pass where you're like, oh, didn't know you had that in your car.
He doesn't lose the ball. Yeah. He rarely makes mistakes. He's physical. He's built for the Premier League.
Yes.
Sunderland
That's why he
fans
wanted
absolutely
one
love
last
him
roll
already.
of the dice, didn't
Bro,
he?
he's their
And
captain
coming back.
already.
And
Yeah.
again, you think of
Fair play to him.
his decision making in coming to Sunderland. A lot of people saying he wants to be a coach. This is almost the perfect entry path. Could you get a coaching role straight away if he decided to retire next season or whatever? So I agree. Gets the assist today. You have to take your hat off to him. That leadership is what is making Sunderland play this well so far already in the season. Next up, Man City 5, Burnley 1. 2 own goals for Esteve for Burnley, for Manchester City. Defensively, though, absolutely shocking today from Burnley. I mean, the 2 Haaland goals at the end, the Núñez one, the 2 own goals. That is why Burnley are at the bottom, and that is why City have won 4 leagues in a row, apart from last year.
It's true.
5-1.
It looks a bit easier.
I think I said 4-1 on the preview.
I said 4-1 as
Yeah.
well. It looks a bit easier than it was. It was 1-1 at half time. Burnley would defend it well.
Yeah.
We've seen them defend well. They defended well for 95 minutes
Yeah.
against Liverpool. They're a bit unfortunate in that game, and then they just fell apart today. Conceded in the 61st minute. And then another own goal, 65th, and then Haaland gets his 2 goals at the end. So look, this is what you expect. Like I say, we both said 4-1. Bit sorry for Burnley because they played well in half, but look, when you're a promoted side and you go away to City, you never expect to win. And you've got Erling Haaland up front. Me and you both triple captained him
We did.
in the
2
FPL,
goals
so
and an assist.
I was happy
Paid
about
off
that.
there.
I think 39 points.
Easy.
Lovely.
We'll take
Light
it.
work.
Because I expected the City win.
Yeah, there we go.
It's weird with Burnley because I feel like out of the 3 promoted sides, I would have said that I expect Burnley to be defensively the best, and it's just been far from it. I think a lot of that comes from allowing pressure to come onto them for far too long in a game. Like I think against Liverpool, for example, we saw it where they rode their luck, and then at the end it ran out.
So
So
against United, last minute penalty as well.
yeah, same thing. I mean, it was 2-2 and then the 3-2 penalty. A little bit unlucky in that sense because of the penalty. Wasn't Liverpool one was penalty as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Salah penalty. Yeah, so a little bit unlucky in that sense. But Haaland, man, I mean, like, you don't even know what to say anymore about this guy. But I genuinely think like the rate at which he's scoring goals, if he stays at City long enough, that Alan Shearer goal scoring tally is getting rinsed.
He could definitely do that if he stayed.
If he stays long enough.
I don't think he will, though.
But where does he go? Barca. Because he can't go Madrid.
I just don't think he stays at City
When,
for his
though?
whole career.
I would say, yeah.
I'm not saying,
I think
but I don't
he's-
think he needs to stay his whole career
Why can't
Stays
he go
for
Madrid?
3 more years?
because you've already got Mbappe. I don't think it works.
In 3 years?
Oh, but in like 4 years, maybe, I don't know.
I
Because
just-
Mbappe could play on the left. I don't know, man. If he runs that, I don't know.
You know what it is? I mean, for starters, obviously the Premier League is the Premier League. It's got the pool that it has. But I think Erling Haaland genuinely loves City. Like, you know, like I don't. He might be turned but the fact that he signed that, what is it, 9-year contract?
Yeah,
That's a yellow card. I don't think it's a red. This Shabby Simons tackle.
Oh, don't send him off. I've got him on my FPL. No,
'Cause
that's
he-
not a sending off.
No, it's
That's
not
not a
a
It's
sending off.
after though.
It's after.
Yeah.
Kind of goes into the back of his ankle.
But
I think
yeah,
it's just
that
momentum, though.
that 10-year contract that he signed with City, I think that speaks volumes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's going to be turned.
Yeah.
I want him to go, man.
Well, yeah, of course you do.
Of
course
coming
you
up
do.
with this guy. I was at the game the other day. As soon as he's through, you just know what's about to happen.
Yeah, it's
I
inevitable.
mean, he's rinsed United how many times?
Exactly.
Let's be honest though. We know they start slowly, but it's only 3 wins out of 6, 2 losses and a draw for City. They're still behind the Bournemouths, your Sunderlands, your Spurses, your Palaces. So again, they still need to step it up, but you'd expect them to win that game comfortably, and they did. Let's just quickly look at tomorrow's games, then we talk about La Liga. El Clasico today, massive win for Simeone's Atleti, and then we'll go through a few championship scores as well. But Aston Villa, Fulham tomorrow, a must-win game for Villa. I mean, that's an understatement. We always, are interested to see how Villa bounce back after European nights as well. That was Thursday, Sunday. This is the schedule they're going to have to get used to. 2 o'clock kickoff at Villa Park. Can I get some score predictions, please, chaps?
Go on, Nick. You go first. Let me pull mine up.
Villa, mate, they're so unpredictable. I don't see Villa winning. I just
What's going on?
yeah,
eh?
I can't
They were
see
a
him
serious
winning.
team last
So
year.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
I've gone for 1-1 as well.
I'll go
Bro,
1-1.
their fans are turning on Morgan Rogers.
I mean,
Watkins
he's-
ain't been firing. None of their players are turning up. Tielemans or Onana. They got serious talent in their squad. They haven't won a game.
Yeah,
Drawn 3
serious
losses.
talent. Yeah,
And also
Sancho,
Fulham.
Elliott as well.
Exactly.
But also, I don't. I mean, like, and I said this before, but like, Harvey Elliott and Sancho, I don't think they're that great coming in. Like,
Not to
There's
not
not-
have to not win
no,
the
no,
game
no. They
yet
can have
after five.
they can obviously have an effect on the team, but I just mean like when you want a reliable attacking source, a reliable creative
Watkins
source.
there, man.
No, I know, but I'm saying in terms of the players they brought in.
Yeah.
I'm just not that inspired by either Harvey Elliott or Jadon Sancho, if I'm being completely honest. And Ollie Watkins, he came off the bench midweek and then missed a pen as
Yeah.
well. So if you think
Confidence
his
is on the
confidence
floor
on the
at the minute,
it's on
yeah.
the floor.
Wanted
Like,
to go to Arsenal, didn't he? They didn't let him. So
I mean, he wants to go United as well in the summer.
I think this is the game where they get it across the line. I know Fulham will be a lot more rested than Villa, and this is a hunch, but I do think Villa turn it around. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Villa tomorrow,
Have you-
which would make for a massive win.
have you lot been seeing this Kevin guy at Fulham?
Yeah, he's a player.
Jeez.
Tricky
He's a player.
fella, yeah.
Winger.
Yeah,
Serious
Jack, who
player.
was on the show a few weeks
Yes.
ago, he was at the Fulham
He
game,
was.
wasn't he? And he told us this Kevin guy is,
Well, just
Kevin!
keep a close eye on that guy. He's a baller.
Yeah, he
so
does
yeah,
look good.
I'll keep an eye on him. Let us know in the chat. What do you think the score will be tomorrow? Aston Villa, Fulham at Villa Park. I've gone for 2-1. So let us know what you think. Right, Newcastle United versus Arsenal, 4:30 kickoff. We have a watch along for it here on DR Sports. I'll be hosting it. Looking forward to that.
We've got to watch along downstairs as well. I'll be hosting it.
Well, good. I'll see you downstairs then tomorrow.
We'll see you.
I mean, this one is, because of Liverpool's loss today, an absolute must-win for Arsenal. But Newcastle won't be caring one jot about that, will they?
Bro, we must. We
2 words.
absolutely must. Mikel Arteta, you must. Please, play the right team. Do not start Mikel Merino. Do not start Trossard. Play Eze. Play Martinelli on the left. Go for it, right? You made 2 mistakes already this season. Away at Anfield, you made a mistake. We lost. Yeah? Against City the other day, you made a mistake. We ended up drawing. We could have won that game. We should have won that game. Do not make another mistake. Go and win this game. Prove that we are still good enough to be in this Premier League title race. Put some pressure on this lot, right? Because if we don't win, even if we draw, we'll let them off the hook. They've gotten away with it. They don't deserve to get away with it. Right now it's 5 points. By tomorrow night, it must be 2. If it's not, we're bottlers. That's it. We have to win. We must win. Genuinely. We have to win, man.
But Newcastle don't care about you needing
I
to
don't care
must
about
win.
Newcastle, right?
You should.
Cool, we haven't won there in a couple of years. I think we lost twice in the Carabao Cup. We lost away last season. But we've actually beaten them the last 2 games. We beat them at the Emirates, 1-0 towards the end of last season. Rice scored.
Didn't really matter, though, that game at the end.
It mattered for them.
To get Champions League.
Yeah, they obviously scraped it by
They got
other
it in
teams
the
dropping
end.
points. But it mattered for them.
Yeah, the last time you beat him in the Prem at St James's was 2023.
Yeah, May.
Odegaard
Odegaard on goal.
from range
So yeah, we played them in pre-season as well. Max Dowman absolutely cooked Joe Linton.
in Singapore.
Yeah, 3-2. So look, this is a chance to make a statement. It's obviously a tough place to go. With that midfield, Joe Linton's back now. Tonali, Joe Linton and Guimaraes.
Yeah.
One of the best midfield threes in Europe on their day.
Yeah.
But they've been off it. They haven't been great. Anthony Gordon obviously got that red card against Liverpool. He's back for this game. Voltemade hasn't really hit the ground running. They've lost Isak. We are obviously good enough to go there and win. Mikel Arteta needs to choose the right team. And I think it comes down to that. If he picks the right team tomorrow, we go there and win that game. If he plays with the handbrake on, or he shuts up shop a little bit and plays Merino and maybe Trossard and tries to think too much about it, we can easily drop points.
What do you make of his comments in the week about how he has the most attacking goalkeeper, the most attacking defender, the most attacking
mental.
midfielder?
Mad. I back Mikel, right? For what he's done for Arsenal, bro. I've been going to watch Arsenal since I was 12 years old, sitting by myself at the Emirates. Like, my dad took me to Highbury when I was 5. Like, for what he's done from what we were, for the majority of the Emirates era to what we are now, is incredible. But we still have that massive hurdle, that massive leap to take to become winners, right? We're still not winners. We still haven't won a trophy since the FA Cup in 2020. And when like I said, I'm kind of going off tangent, but I backed him. When I heard that stuff, I was like, what are you talking about, mate? Have you lost your head?
It is delusional,
Talking about
isn't it?
CEOs and presidents calling him and people congratulate. We
Stephen
drew at
Bartlett
home.
on the phone. with a
What
little
I
text.
don't know what he was talking about. So he lost me a little, and I think the past few weeks, the team selections, the press conferences, he's been losing a few fans. And I think tomorrow, it's on a seriously sharp knife edge now, man. If we lose tomorrow, we drop points tomorrow, more people are going to turn, and it could just get worse and worse. Or if we win tomorrow, we play the right team, he realises he made mistakes, it could go the other way. So a real
He is generally quite an odd guy, and sometimes I can't quite figure out Because, you know, some managers, you go, right, they're really personable. And like Mourinho, for example, proper charismatic character. Every team he goes into, he gets all the players on board and they'll they go out there and really fight for him. I think you've got that in Arsenal players. Like, I do think they're really, they do back him and they do really fight for him. But there are moments where I do just wonder, like, the whole heart and brain holding hands stuff, the light bulb stuff.
See, I don't mind all that.
Yeah,
I really don't mind all
my
that.
only thing is just, is there a level of like unseriousness to him sometimes?
Nah, there's not. I don't think there is. You know what, as well? A lot of, like I said, a lot of fans have been turning. A lot of fans call him delusional and he's psycho and whatever they're saying, right? But I just think if you look within the club, William Saliba signed a new deal, right? If Arteta was this crazy, horrible, whatever they call him, Saliba will be desperate to get out of Arsenal. Gabriel signed a new deal. Saka's going to sign a new deal. I mean, all these players that speak to him on the phone, they want to go and join that project. Gyökeres, right? He could have gone to a number of clubs. So could Declan Rice. Like, these players want to come. They want to stay part of this project.
But has he got them on side? They're part of the little cult that it's like, it's us against the world and you guys are with me. We're all sticking together. But outside of that, like, I mean, we had the debate on the show the other day. If Arsenal don't win the league this year, there is a question mark, does he have to go? But also, if Arsenal don't win the league this year and next year, the likes of Saliba, Rice and Saka are going to go, guys, this guy isn't the guy for us. We thought we'd be winning a lot more, because if you look at the points that you've accrued over the last 3 seasons, normally 9 times out of 10 you would have at least a title for what you've done. But you've come up against obviously Liverpool last year and City the years before. I just think he's on a knife edge now.
100%.
In terms of he's always had that cult Arsenal fan backing, but I think even some of the big Arsenal fans that I know, who I grew up, that went to Highbury, the Emirates era, all that stuff. I think even those Arsenal fans are now going, this is now for sure his last chance to win it, because what is all this waffle he's coming out with here?
It is.
But my only thing is with that, right, is that, so first of all, I think what he's done till now has been pretty exceptional, if I'm being completely honest. Like, taking him Arsenal from the depths, because even towards like the last 5 years of Wenger, it was poor, and then Unai Emery was poor. So what he's done has
worse
been
than poor, man.
It wasn't great. So what he's done has been really, it's been excellent. But my whole thing is, even if he doesn't go win this season, right, doesn't win the Premier League, doesn't win the Champions, imagine if it wins nothing, right, and Arsenal go, right, we need to move on. Who do you even go for?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure there's an obvious candidate that Arsenal can turn to and be like, right, who?
Nah, don't be silly.
Iraola? Nah.
You know, Mikel Arteta is
future?
the second highest paid coach in European football.
After Simeone, isn't it?
You can go and get anyone. Money talks, right?
Who would you got?
Enrique.
Ooh.
He's won the Champions League now. Go and take him. Go and say this is a new project. You got William Saliba there, French centre back.
Luis Enrique. I can't lie.
Anyone.
I can't lie.
Anyone.
Let me land. I can't see it. I can't see it. But Luis Enrique in the Premier League would be.
It would be good, but I don't even think that they would sack Arteta if he didn't win the league again. I think they'd be quite happy. Just get a second again, mate. That's fine.
That's a whole different conversation about the Cronkies and what they're happy with.
Yeah, because also he's very buddy with them now. Like they're tight. There's no friction.
They bite up every word that he throws out.
Yeah,
they're like, that's our guy.
They're
He's
business
created
people. It is a long conversation, but essentially, the money you get from finishing second and getting to a Champions League semi-final isn't that much less, business-wise, than if you were to win it and win the Premier League, right? So from a business point of view, the Cronkies have been happy for a long time for Arsenal just to get into the Champions League. They don't need to win it. Get later in it is obviously a big bonus. But that's the thing, where there are a lot of fans are more angry at the Cronkies' ambition than they are at anything else. Yeah. But if they were ambitious enough, they could have got us over the line. Arsene Wenger was close. But there were a few times in that era where we were 1 or 2 players off and we didn't show that ambition, which is why Van Persie left and Fabregas and players like this. So that's like I say, it's a whole different debate. But I think now they have showed ambition. They've backed him in these transfer windows. They've spent loads of money. I'm not denying that. So this is our time, man. We got a chance here. We've got a squad that's good enough to win anything. This squad could win a Carabao, an FA Cup, a Champions League or a Premier League. It's just about Mikel picking the right team, the team clicking, a bit of luck going our way, because it's, injuries last season you could talk about, whatever. You need a bit of luck along the way. And just hoping, man, because there's other good teams in this league. There's other good teams in Europe.
Score prediction, please.
What did I go for yesterday? I think it was 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, defensively we're very good.
2-2. I think the Geordies get some luck.
Yeah, I was thinking 2-2 as well, but then I don't know if Arsenal concede 2 very often, so I might go 1-1.
They don't, but that place, man.
I know. It's a graveyard for big teams.
It can really swallow you up in a 5-minute period.
No, yeah,
I'll
stick with 1-1.
Really crumble like that though. We haven't seen this Arsenal team
I think if you concede one
in a long time,
let's say if you concede the first goal, I would expect you to get yourself back in the game, but not necessarily to go on and win in that atmosphere. But if you scored the first goal, I could almost see you like shutting up shop and keeping that lead. But if they score first, I don't know if you will show enough to get back in the game. And then will Arteta go, actually, I want to go and win this game? Or will he say, actually, we're happy with a 1-1, let's just see it out?
Yeah.
I think and again, that comes down to the team that he starts.
Just show me a midfield 3 of Zubimendi, Rice and Eze.
Yeah.
I feel like you'll go Marino. Because you know what it is? What I just think you're coming up against probably one of the best 3 in midfields in the league.
It's true.
So I could very much see him going Marino. But then giving Eze the start on the left, potentially.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? There's more of an argument of starting Marino in this game than there was in City.
Agreed.
But if he does it in this game, the fan base will go mental. So you kind of can't
win.
But I know, but if he gets a result, then they're happy.
That's the thing.
No, I agree though.
If he starts Marino and we don't get a result, it's over, man. It's over.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, we've got that watch along for you, and it's just wide. It evades the outstretched foot of Richarlison just at the back stick. Tottenham are really going for this now. They've had a couple of shots recently. Kudus, Bergvall, another chance there, but it is 45 minutes and still 0-0. But I'm saying that Wolves are fairly lucky to still be in this game. As you know, on the Saturday Football Show, we like to go through other leagues and results, not just the Premier League, right? Back in the old show, Chris, right? We had League 1 updates, League 2, even Vanarama. That's what we kind of like to do on the show. So let's have a little look at the Championship. In my opinion, the 5th hardest football league to play in the world. Is that fair?
Sure.
The 5th?
5th hardest.
Premier League?
Yeah.
We'll chuck in La Liga. We'll go Serie A, Bundesliga, and then for me it's the Champ. In terms of volume of games, how hard they are, I would say it's maybe the 5th hardest league in the world to play. But anyway, that's a thought for you guys when you're in bed later. That's all good. What? West Brom 1, Leicester 1, Coventry 3, Birmingham 0. Frank Lampard's Sky Blues are playing up. Wrexham 1, Derby 1. Right, a lot of draws in the league here for Wrexham as they prepare themselves to play Cardiff in the Carabao Cup in the next round as well. Not a load of goals today, I'll be honest, in this league, but
a lot of 1-1s.
A lot of 1-0s, yeah.
When are Middlesbrough playing? Did they play today?
Middlesbrough 1-0 at home to Sheffield United. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong.
1-1. Another 1-1.
I'm on match day 1 here.
Yeah, so Southampton and Middlesbrough 1-1. Sheffield Wednesday, QPR 1-1 as well.
Yeah, Charlton 3, Blackburn 0. Preston 0-0 Bristol, as you said. Stoke 1-0 Norwich. The only big winners you could say really on the day were Frank Lampard's Coventry and Charlton. Really,
it's a big win for Sheffield United, though. I think it's their first win of their season, which is pretty nuts. Chris Wilder coming back, getting those overlapping centre backs going again. If you remember those,
Tanganga there, Bentley. They've got Tyreek Campbell, Gustavo Hamer. Now I saw him play for Coventry against Luton in the playoff final. Do you remember that? This was a while back now. No. Of course you remember that one. Gustavo Gus Hamer, number 8. He's a player, man. I'm telling you, very good player. He's actually from Brazil as well. He's 28 now.
Jack will know his whole footballing background. Jack Collins.
Yeah, no, he will.
If you call him up,
he does.
He'll know his whole football.
He's actually why I called my dog Gus. No, I'm joking. No, he's all right, but I think he's way better than playing for Sheffield United in the Champ. So yeah, there's your little Championship roundup. Let's head over to La Liga because guys, did anyone expect that today? Atletico Madrid 5, Real Madrid 2. Hold that, Raul. Yeah, easily you can hold that today. Goals early on in this game. Robin Le Normand. Mbappe with a quick response after 25 minutes. 8 goals in the league for him this season already now. Arda Güler makes it 2-1 and you're thinking, right, Madrid have got Atleti just where they want them. But no, just before half-time, Alex Sorloth scores. Julian Alvarez gets 2, including one brilliant free kick. And then Antoine Griezmann, just to rub salt in the wounds, into them salchicha wounds. 5-2. 13 shots against 6, 7 on target for Madrid's 2, but they did score 2 goals. What does that win mean for Atletico?
It's huge, man. Real Madrid had a perfect start. There was 6 wins, 6 games. The first few games, I didn't quite look at it. I watched them a little bit. And then Alonso changed the system a little bit. And the past few games, they've been destroying teams. They've been scoring 3-4 goals a game. I did not expect that today, man. Especially the Atletico Madrid I watched against Liverpool in that first half. Because that's really the only time I've properly seen them this season. Obviously a different team then in the second half scored 2 goals, but didn't necessarily deserve to score those 2 goals. To then go and destroy Real Madrid like this, it's a statement, man.
And you know what? We talk about swings, point swings earlier on in the show, right? Atletico now go into the top 4 with 12 points. They were on 9 before that. If Madrid won, they would have had 21 points. And you talk about, you know, that big swing there. Now they're only 6 points behind them. Barcelona and Villarreal just above Atleti there. But definitely not a good start to the season for Real Sociedad, for Osasuna, for Sevilla, Valencia, Betis in 8th place as well, as Matt Doherty hits the crossbar for Wolves, and it is now half-time. It's 0-0 in that one. But yeah, massive win for Atletico Madrid there, and you know, the Los Colchoneros will be buzzing with
chance
that,
for,
with that
chance
win.
for Barca to go top tomorrow if they can beat Real Sociedad, who are already struggling, as you just said.
Yep, absolutely.
So.
Warbelly says, I'm not worried about LFC. The moment we sort out set-piece defending will be okay. I've not conceded too much open play goals, so it will be fine, he says. Right, that's the end of the show, guys. What a show that was. We packed a lot into that. Shout out once again to Nick, the ever-present on the Saturday Football Show this season. Round of applause for him.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And yourself, but I was happy to do it for you. It's all good. A great debut, mate. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Nice one, Christian.
Thanks for having
Love to see it. Where can we find out a little bit more about yourself?
My own sports content, check out Christian Tire Sports or an AFTV. I'll be hosting the watch along tomorrow. I think we go live, the starting 11 show around 2:30 or 3, depending on what time the team's out. And then, the actual watch along after that, so check it out.
Love to see it. Nice one, lads.
And shout out Alex, AJT.
Good
Usual host of the show. Shout out. Not feeling well and still persevered.
Yeah. Shout out Liverpool for finally losing a game.
It's that prawn and okra curry that I had. It's giving me life.
Giving you
again.
life. Yeah.
Feed the cold is what my missus says. Feed the cold. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Liverpool's luck has run out. But hopefully for a Liverpool fan, so does Arsenal's tomorrow. Right? We'll have that watch along here on DR Sports from 4 o'clock. Smash that like button. Get your comments in. Did your team win today? We always like saying that at the end of the show, Nick. Whether it's Saturday, Sunday League, whether it's, League 1, League 2, Vanarama. Did your team win today in the Premiership? Mine didn't. So let us know if yours did in the chat. Guys, we'll see you next week. All the best. Take care.
Catch all the best shows from your favourite fan channels on GFN Soccer TV, now streaming on Samsung TV Plus.